श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्किक केसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकिकोकिलम्. Today's rasam, Ramayana rasam, the navarasam. Today's rasam is Veera rasam, the valor, the indefatigable fighting spirit of Rama, with the firm determination, with the patience, with the pride of a warrior, with tremendous yantu, and go effortlessly extinguish, completely destroy the enemies. The Veera rasam is the cause of all this. Of course, our Vedanta Desika mentions in Mahavira Vaibhavam, Asahaya Sura, Anapaya Sahasa. He says, Asahaya Sura, he without any support, without anyone's assistance, single-handedly, effortlessly, in an unmatched, in an incredible manner, he simply went inside and destroyed 14,000 Rakshasas, Karadushanas, 14,000 Rakshasas. As if one elephant goes and does a rampage in the forest, felling all trees and whatever that comes in between. Anayasam, effortless. In fact, our Ramanuja, when he enlists the Kalyana Gunas, he says, Dhairya, Shaurya, Parakrama. Here, Shauryam, Parakramam. Dhairyam, we know. Shauryam, Parakramam. Shauryam, Sruta Prakashikacharya mentions, Swagrihe Yiva Parabhale Pravesha Samartyam Shauryam. Entering into our house, as if entering into our house, with absolutely fearless, effortlessly, and as if entering into our house, he entered into the enemy's camp. In the midst of all the army of the enemy, he entered, and that is Shauryam. Without any fear, without any challenge, he entered effortlessly. Shauryam. Parakramam. Praveshe sati tan nirasana kaukshalam parakramaha. That is, not only entering into it uninterruptedly, not only entering into it fearlessly, also entering into it with a strength to destroy the enemy camp. Chinnam, Binnam, Sharair, Dagnam, Prabhagnam, Shastrapititam, Balam, Ramena, Tadrishuhu, Naramam, Shikrakarinam. He entered into the Ravana shine, the Rakshasa Shainyam, the army of the Karadushanas, 14,000 Rakshasas. He entered into that and he cut them, he burnt them, he broke them, he sent arrows, he sent thousands of arrows in one stroke. And people could not even see him taking the arrow and sending. All that they saw was Rakshasas falling, dup, 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 one after the other. Sri Rama Parakramam Yuddhakanda Shlokam also mentions, they could not see Rama at all. They saw only the Rakshasas falling, dropping dead. And Periyavachan Pillai also mentions, Shauryam, Ashrita Virorigalai, Aliya Chella Vallavana Irkai, having the strength to destroy the Ashrita Virodhis, the Bhagavata's enemies. And Shatrushenayam Swashenayamiva Praveshtrutvam, Veeryam. So, as if he is entering into his own army, he enters into the enemy's camp. Veeryam. Parakramam, without getting hit, without getting disturbed, without getting hurt, finishing them is Parakramam. Coming back victoriously is parakramam. Shauryam, Veeryam, parakramam. Entering, Shauryam. Destroying them, Veeryam. Coming back successful, victorious, parakramam. So here, Dvisaptaraksha Sahasranalavana Vilolana Mahakalabha. Dvisaptaraksha, 14,000 Rakshasas, Karan, Dushanan, Trishiras. 3 Rakshasas were the chief of this 14,000. And along with the 14,000 Rakshasas were killed by Rama single-handedly in 1.5 Mukurtam, which is about couple of hours. And Valmiki gives the Rasanubhavam there. When Surpanaga was disfigured, she went bleeding and she went to the complain to her brother Karan in Dandakaranyam. She went and tells Karan, there are 2 Tavasis, Rishi like princess and one lady. They are the one who disfigured me like this. Karan heard that and he sent first 14 Veera warriors to kill Rama. Go and fight with Rama, only 14. They went with Sulam, the 3-speared Ayudam, Sulam. They went. The moment they went, Rama broke their Sulam and killed them. And Surpanagai now is more angered. Look, within a second, he killed all those 14. Do you think they are just human beings? I think you don't have any strength. I think you are just simply yapping that you are the biggest Veeran here. You should just get rid of Dandakaranyam and go to your place. If you are not killing Rama now, I am going to commit suicide in your presence. So Karan was so hurt by her statement. He said, I would send Rama along with his brother to Yamalokam right now. And you will drink the blood of Rama very soon. Aham Ramam Sahabratra Nayami Yamasadhanam. And he went with 14,000 Rakshasas. He went on a Ratham, the chariot which is meant for Lankeshan. He went as the chief of that army. He went as if he is a Meru mountain. And he went there with all the trumpet and blowing the drum. He went there. So when he started, there were all bad omens which came in his front. And when Rama saw that, he immediately ordered Lakshmana, take Sita inside the cave. I am going to fight with them alone, single-handedly. You be there. And he wore his personal protection equipment, the kavacham. He took the bow and the arrows. Swayam hantumichami sarvaneva nishacharan pravishte guham sahasitaya Rama kavachamavishate. So Dandakaranya rishis were simply worried and they were nervous. How this Rama is going to fight with them single-handedly with 14,000 Rakshasas. And 14,000 Rakshasas were yelling, shouting, jumping in front of his ashram. And Rama was tying down his matted locks, getting himself prepared. And while he was dressing himself, he used Sita's cheek as a mirror. That much he was fearless. And Karan's army came towards, and it looked as if the huge mountain was coming towards Rama. And Rakshasas sent arrows after thousands of arrows to Rama. Rama was bleeding. However, Rama was never disturbed or perturbed. He was so fiery, he was angered, and he sent thousands of arrows together from his divine bow. And when it killed very many thousands of Rakshasas then and there, others simply ran away with fear. And Dushanan got them together again and he came. Immediately he killed Dushanan. and he sent Gandharvastram, and thousands of arrows again went and killed very many thousands of people. Rama immediately, swiftly acted and started killing thousands after thousands, not one after one. They could not see Rama, they could not see him taking the bow, they could not see him sending the arrow. They only saw Rakshasas falling one after the other. And Dushanan was dead. Then Trishiras is the strongest of the three, and he went to Karan. I will go and kill Rama. He came. Immediately he was sent to Yamaloka by the poisonous arrow from Rama. The moment Trishiras fell dead, Karan was shivering with fear. His knees buckled. Even though he was shivering, he came with half-heartedly towards Rama. And he said, 14,000 you killed, right? Now I am going to take revenge and kill you, Rama. He sent the Gadayudam to Rama. Immediately the Gadayudam spat fire and came towards Rama. Rama sent his arrow and simply broke the Gadayudam to pieces. And smilingly Rama told Karan, so this is all you could show? Look at the way where your Gadayudam went. Now you are going to be killed. He sent the arrow which completely tore open Karan's chest, and he fell down dead. The rishis, the sages, the devas, they all were so excited. They all played Dundubi Vadyam. They showered Pushpam. In 1.5 Muhurtam, 14,000 Rakshasas, Karadushanas were killed. They were so marvelously wondering how he could do. He must be equal to Vishnu. They praised Rama. Chaturdasha Sagasrani Rakshasam Bhima Karmana Karadushana Mukyanam Nigatani Mahahave. And next was Rama Ravana Yuddham. We are going to enjoy this also in Adbhuta Rasam. But here, Raghuveera Rasam, Rama Ravanayor Yuddham, Rama Ravanayoriva. Rama Ravana Yuddham can be compared and can be drawn parallel only to Rama Ravana Yuddham. There is no parallel for that. Of course, Ravanan, Kuberan, Yaman, Varunan, all these devas had been conquered by Ravanan. So when Ravanan entered into the battlefield, Vibhishana nudged Rama and said, look, he is my elder brother Ravana. And the moment Rama looked at Ravana, oh, what a Tejas. He looks huge like a mountain. I have never seen so much splendor even in Devas or Asuras. He shines like a sun. And the moment he said that, immediately he had his rosham coming up, the anger coming up, the frustration coming up. Now that he has come in front of my eye, the one who abducted my Devi, Polla Arakkan, Killik Kalaindane, Polla Arakkan, he took the bow, and Ravanan, he took the mountain and sent towards Sugrivan. And Sugrivan tried to fight with Ravanan, and one arrow went straight, pierced into Sugrivan's chest, and Sugrivan almost was disturbed. He was shaken. And Lakshmana said, give me permission. I will go and kill this Nichan, the lowliest self. Take care, Lakshmana. Go. He is very angered, and if he is angered, the three worlds cannot face him. Take care. Lakshmana bowed to Rama and he started. Before that, Hanuman went to Ravana. Hanuman told Ravana, I know you would have conquered Deva, Asura, Gandharva, all of them. But you should be scared of this monkey. Right now, look at my right bhujam, the shoulder. It will take your life. And he raised his hand. Ravanan's eyes were spitting fire. Oh, Kurange, is that so? Before that, I will hit you. First, I will hit you and make sure you don't get killed. Oh, okay, but your son Akshan was killed by me. Have you forgotten? You were so much praising Akshan and he was killed by me. Hanuman's words could not be tolerated by Ravana. So Ravana immediately punched with his fist on Hanuman's chest. Hanuman was terribly shaken. He was shattered by that hit. And then he somehow managed and held his balance, and he pushed with his fist on Ravana's chest. And Ravana, as if he was hit by the earthquake, he simply lost his balance. And rishis, siddhas, monkeys, everybody jumped with joy. And Ravana almost fell down on the ground. Somehow he got up. He said, even though you are my enemy, you should be praised for your strength. He said. Hanuman said, it is not yet there, because after being hit by me, you are still not dead. That's why it's not right for me. I'm not yet strong. And Ravana was so angered by that statement. He pushed again Hanuman's chest and pushed him down. Then Ravana hit Neelan with very many arrows. Thus he hit Sugrivan, he hit Hanuman, he hit Neelan, and all three were shattered by Ravana. So Ravana was brimming with pride and arrogance. And Ravana now started running towards Lakshman. He roared like a cloud. Lakshmana said, come, you should not be fighting with all those monkeys. Come and fight with me. He said, Ravana told angrily, I think you lost your sense. Now you want to go to Yamapuri, Yamalokam. And he sent 7 arrows towards Lakshmana. Lakshmana immediately tore the 7 arrows to pieces. And Ravana sent a strong, powerful Ayudam, Shakti Ayudam, which was gifted by Chaturmukha Brahma. And he sent that. And Lakshmana accepted the Chaturmukha Brahma's powerful weapon, and he fell down. The moment he fell down, Ravana wanted to take Lakshmana's body and went to his pavilion, went to his camp. He could not even lift Lakshmana's body. Hanuman came and effortlessly he lifted and took it back. And Hanuman, before lifting Lakshmanan, he hit with his wrist to Ravana's chest as a vengeance for making Lakshmana fall down. And from his mouth, from his nose, from his ears and the eyes, blood oozed out of Ravana. And he fell down on his knees on the ratham. And he simply sat down tired. And in between, Lakshmana regained his consciousness, and Hanuman took him, lifted him, and took back to Rama. And Rama now comes on Hanuman's shoulder to fight with Ravana. Of course, Ravana straight away hit Hanuman, and that was enough for angering Rama because of Bhagavata Apacharam. And immediately Ravanan and his chariot were simply torn by Rama with his wonderful effortless arrows. And Ravanan, the one who never ever gets disturbed, Kalanga Nenjam Padaitha Veeran, now he is scared of Rama's arrows. With the Ardhachandra arrow, Ravana's Kiritam was simply torn. The Kiritam, the chariot, the horses, the bows, the swords, the elephants, everything was lost. and Ravana simply stood on the ground without any weapon, without the kiritam, and Rama took mercy on him. You are tired, you are exhausted. Now, I don't want to send you to Yamalokam when you are without any arms. Go back and come tomorrow. Indru poi ilaipari nalai va. Tasmat parishranta iti vyavasyanna tvam sharai mrityuvacham nayami. Gacchanu janami ranartitastvam pravishya ratrinchara rajalankam. Go back. What else this is the utter humility. This is humiliating defeat for Ravana. Rama had told Ravana, Indru poi nalai va. And Ravana, who is supposed to be the most strongest, most valorous, the one who has conquered the entire 3 worlds, now without makutam, kiritam, without arrogance, without smile, without anything, bleeding, he hangs his head in shame and walks back to his place, Lanka, says Valmiki. And of course, next Kumbhakarnan comes and he is also killed by Rama and Lakshmana effortlessly. Then third, Indrajit enters into the battlefield. He was Mayavi. He somehow hides himself and sends arrows. By hiding himself behind the clouds, Meghadutan, he sends the Vanara Sainyam with his arrows and he sends them to Yamalokam. Lakshmana utters Rama Mantram and he said, if Rama is an unparalleled warrior, if Rama is unmatched strong warrior, let this arrow go and kill Indrajit. And he sent the arrow, Indrajit was killed. Dharmatma satyasandascha Ramo dasharatiryadi paurushe chapradidvantvaha charainam chahi ravanim. Then of course the next Yuddham is Rama Ravana Yuddham number 2. And Ravana was killed by Rama. And when Ravana was first exerted, tired, then when the charioteer took Ravana somewhere else, after being tired, Ravana praises Rama. Even though he is the enemy, he has to be praised. I enjoy his parakrama. I rejoice looking at the parakrama. Shatro prakyada viryasya ranjaniyasya vikramaihi, Ravana says. And they were Gandharvar, Shittar, Maharishis. They were all very happy and they wanted to see the Rama Ravana Yuddham. And Raghukula Tilak and Raman's arrows went and straight away cut Ravana's head. And Attira Varakkan Mudi Pattumoru Kottana Udirta Tiralon. The heads were rolling on the ground. And the 3 worlds saw that. What an Ascharyam, what a wonder. And when one head was cut, the other head started. So Raman cut the second head. And the moment the third head came, and all those heads, there were hundreds of heads were rolling, but Ravana was not yet dead. So Rama was thinking, why is he not getting dead? In spite of my effortless rain-like arrows. And the Teroti Matali, the Indra's charioteer, is now having Rama in his chariot. And he suggested to Rama to send Brahmastra. And Rama sent the Astram with Mantram. He prayed and sent the Brahmastram to Ravana. Polla Arakkan, Killik Kalaindane, he fell down from the Ratham and he dropped dead. Valmiki says, like Indra's Vajrayitam, Vritrasuran fell. Similarly, Ravana fell here. And the entire Vanara Sena was happy, rejoiced, jumped with joy. Of course, Rama is a Dayaviran. sarvabhuta hiterataha. He is Sharanagata Vatsala. Sita tells Ravana, even the Kakasuran who hurt me, who made me bleed, Rama forgave him. He would forgive you also. You become friendly with him. She advises Ravana. Kakam kripaya paryapalayat, says Valmiki. And Rama accepted Vibhishana, who has come from the enemy's camp, who was the younger brother of the Rakshasan. In fact, Rama himself tells about his Veera Parakrama when he performed Sharanagati along with his 4 Rakshasa Asuras. Sugrivan says, Jambavan says, other mantris says, Vibhishanan has come from the enemy camp. He cannot be relied upon. He cannot be trusted. We should not accept him. Hanuman says, he is good. I have seen him, so we can accept him. Raman heard both and he rejected both points. He said, let him be Rakshasa, let him be anyone, and he cannot do any harm to you, even an iota, even a 1/1,000,000th, he cannot do harm. I can simply kill, destroy any Rakshasa, any Pishashi, any Yaksha, any Deva with the tip of my little finger. Angulya Grena Dhan Hanyam Ichan Hari Ganeshwara Pishashan Dhanavan Yakshan Prativyam Shaiva Rakshasan. He says, my finger nails are enough, reminding him of the Narasimha Avataram. So, if he wins, if he goes to the battlefield, the Mudal Vette, first hit, is from Rama. Shayanaya Naya Vicharataha. And when there is no battle, he would train the soldiers almost every moment, every opportunity with the Vyuham that we can see in Rama Ravana Yuddham. The Veera Rasanubhavam is thus enjoyed. Kavitarkika Simhaya Kalyana Gunashaline Srimate Venkateshaya Vedanta Gurave Namaha. Adiyen Dhanyosmi.